Well, it's that time of the year again, and I don't mean Mariah Carey, blaring her song in everywhere. You know how it is. It's that time of the year, but it's also that time of the year when conservatives, for some strange reason, all realize at the same time that Netflix is a cesspool, and they began um, canceling their accounts en masse. I don't know how many times we have done things. I don't know if they cancel their accounts and they sneak because the wife enjoys um, her South Korean dramas and stuff, and you have to fight for the kids, but Netflix is not for children, and not there. I could go for hours and all the examples of that this is from a children's cartoon on Netflix, thanks to American AF, called Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. Since when has something like this been considered appropriate for children? And the thing that sparked the stuff these days was cancel Netflix and protect your kids. Here's just one example of Netflix promoting transgender and woke ideology to kids. Tens of thousands have already canceled. Now it's your turn. Take Netflix down. Enough is enough. This has been going like 5 years ago. I think it was 5 years ago. You remember Cuties? You know that movie that was basically minor sexualization of minors. I mean, how many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? And we also have this. Meet Hamish Steele, creator of a kids show on Netflix, which teaches kids they can be transgender. That is the show that we just saw a screenshot. After Charlie was assassinated, he called Charlie a Nazi and had a meltdown because people were mourning him. Netflix is silent. Their silence is deafening. Cancel Netflix. Yeah, Netflix is not going to do anything about this. Netflix is Netflix. They know. They know. It's not that Netflix is too big to fail, but there's things that we need to be clear about this. So many of the examples that these people are mentioning like this. This is a scene from a movie on Netflix called Strawberry Shortcake and a Piece of Berry Bog. It promotes boys cross-dressing as girls to express themselves. This show is recommended for children of all ages. Cancel Netflix. I'm gonna tell you one thing, and yes, that's. I think that many people find this kind of annoying, in the sense that let me leave this screenshot here. And Netflix has a feature in which you have this parental controls and just kids look at kids shows, but if you have half a brain already, and if you have been on the internet for at least, maybe 10 years, you know what kind of hogwash is pushed through Netflix in terms of propaganda, not only for kids, for adults as well. So if you, at this point of history, really, seriously, are still allowing your kids to watch Netflix, the kids shows, because you think they are innocuous, or maybe you have handpicked the shows, or there's these older shows that had nothing to do with this. I mean, children's shows from the early 2000s where really we're having none of this. That would be a great pick. I don't know if Netflix has older shows, but how can you prevent a kid from just seeing a recommendation of one of these shows and start watching the show? You simply cannot. I don't have the solution to you as a parent or as an aunt or something who wants to protect kids. Besides, if the well is poisoned, then you might as well, pun intended, not drink from it whatsoever. Oh, then what do? We get our South Korean drama from Netflix. What do we do? Well, I don't know. Maybe choose another way of entertaining your kids. Maybe look for other ways of entertaining. I'm not going to tell you how to raise your kids, but there's so many examples of this. And again, it's like deja vu. So many people canceling Netflix. All right, I think I've seen this screenshots again. I kid you not, once a year for X amount of years. I can't tell you. Lila Rose, they're trying to destroy your children's innocence. The Netflix children's show CoComelon Lane. We already know. I should make a video about CoComelon, by the way. I should make a video about CoComelon. CoComelon is a show on YouTube that, of course, it was so successful. It was it is one of the most successful channels on YouTube. But at this point, most parents know that you should not allow your kids and your babies to watch CoComelon, because that is basically heroin for CoComelon. I should write down. I'm gonna do it right away before I forget it. It's like this, like the Slipknot song, CoComelon. I'm gonna make a video about that before I forget it. CoComelon and Netflix. Need I say more? The problem is that is the ignorance. And so many people are not on X. Maybe they are not getting their information from the right sources. Although I've seen many YouTube videos calling out CoComelon for what it is and calling out Netflix for what it is. I'm making theirs like outside of X on YouTube, so you know what to expect from this stuff. And that's why, by the way, just in case, I have a channel dedicated to entertainment commentary. This is important. Make sure that you go to the description and subscribe to the Scene Surgeon. But I'm going to upload this to the Body Language Guy channel because it has to do with manipulation. Yeah, it has to do with manipulation of your kids. And you have Netflix, you have CoComelon. If you don't know, as the only reason that you could allow your kids to watch CoComelon on Netflix is that you were either ignorant of what is going on, which is, well, now if you are watching this now, you know. And two, if you know that this is essentially heroin for babies, then you are the worst father. That's the moment I wish that you didn't reproduce. That's simple as that. So many people say, I don't want to have kids. Okay, go ahead, make my day. Have cats, be happy. That is great. It's like so many people. People yelling about, the infertility crisis, that population is going to collapse. All right, and what is the other option? Again, having kids is wonderful. Hard as nails is wonderful. The first part is getting the right, husband or wife to marry. That is quite difficult in itself. But yeah, having kids is wonderful. But if you're gonna have kids to, I don't know, feed them like nachos and just let them watch CoComelon, then what are you doing in the first place? That is not the thing. That is not like it. And again, it always boils down. I'm gonna say it. You know that I like to combine these topics. It all boils down to a skill issue from the father. It all boils down to a skill issue from the father. Oh, we need 2 incomes, so we need to either leave our kid with the daycare. Bad idea. Or we need to leave the kid watching, CoComelon on Netflix. Even worse. I don't know which one is worse. You're essentially gambling your kid's emotional stability. So the fact that you needed 2 incomes, and that's why your kids, you're not monitoring what your kids are watching, is a skill issue on the father. Because, well, that's what the mother should be dedicated to, the first years of the children, and that is undisputable. You can argue in the comments all you want. You can send me all the emails that you want. You can be mad at me all that you want. But I have always given you the alternative, is that there's so many ways that a mother can have how to say this, business, an online business, and you're at home and you are with your kids and you can be developing an online business at the same time. It is possible. Or learning about how to build an online business, like on the side, when the baby is taking a nap, you're watching YouTube videos about how to build an online business, and there are thousands of options of online businesses that you can start with us here. So there's no this, oh, I needed to go to this corporate job. And no, you are bored. Your own kid. You find your own kid boring and you need to go to this corporate job. I'm going to say it like it is. I am not saying that every single mother. I know that you're going to jump into the comments and say, oh, Jesus, how heartless are you? I was not like this. And you're going to tell your whole story. I'm just making a point that it all boils down to a skill issue from the father. It's that simple. If we had more responsible man, an actual man, then nobody would be complaining about CoComelon on Netflix, because nobody would be watching those shows, because those responsible men would have responsible mothers who will be, in turn, in tune to what their kids are doing and watching, and none of this would happen. I'm not going to be sorry for stating what is completely obvious. But again, I understand that this topic can be a bit contentious, open to discussion, but that is a reality, and that's something that we need to have back. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Bad Language Guy. Much love and bliss.